Hello again, this is Al from ArufuPonics. I am here to just quickly show you an update. I used to have about 4 different small pumps to run the radial filter clean out every 48 hours. Now I've got the main pump that I was using to run the entire system, that is the oxygen for the tank as well as the air stones. I've got that swapped out to just run the part that actually cleans out the filter, and I bought a bigger 40 liter per hour Yasunaga pump that's now running the entire system instead. So every 48 hours this pump comes on for about 60 seconds. Everything's a little bit dirty as I've just been cleaning out the sump, so things are a little bit cloudy right now. However, as you can see, this is my bioreactor, and I've got a lot more flow going now, not just for the bioreactor, but also for the main fish tank. You can see here I've got quite a bit more flow coming through here and here. This helps circulate, and not just circulate in the tank, but also have it turn out, or turn over, because it's being pumped up from below and moved in one direction. So all solids that might have accumulated at the bottom of this square tank, normally you'd go with the brown one, but if you don't have one, that gets circulated around until eventually it gets sucked out by the solids lifting overflow thing. That's carried down into the radial flow filter. So you get the fish food solids here. And then it collects at the bottom. Now, like I said, I just stirred everything around to try and get some of the footage of it, but eventually that collects at the bottom here. Well, it collects at the bottom. I'll have the second word for it. And then, like I said, every 48 hours or so, that gets pushed over into the bioreactor. As it gets pushed into the bioreactor, continual airflow churns this over and over and over for 48 hours in the bioballs. And then the mineralized water comes out on the other side of this. You can see. So what happens is, let's have a look here. If we zoom in, so I can also manually start the filter cleaning. It's a little bit hard to see here, but if I click this, the pump comes on for about 60 seconds, and whatever is at the bottom of the radial flow, and it's pretty hard to see, that gets pumped up out and over into the bioreactor. So the good thing about this is obviously that ends up in the middle of where the bioballs gets turned over and over and over, and so you can see some of the groups being circulated over there. And as it fills up in here, whatever was already clean at the side starts to overflow. So the clean mineralized water overflows back into the system, and the solids end up in the middle where it gets churned and churned for the next 48 hours. So with everything circulating with the help of 2 air pumps, the intent is that I shouldn't have to do anything really to maintain all this. There goes 60 seconds are up, that stops pumping over, and that's it. I just took the lid off to show you guys, but essentially this goes in and sits on top, so nothing sort of falls in if it starts raining or anything like that. The lid is on, and you can't, no, unfortunately, my bedroom is well, it's right next to this place, which means that the bioballs scrambling around, you can actually hear that at night, unless you have a lid on like this. So it's not just for keeping out smudge or fallen leaves or what have you. It's also for the noise, so you can't actually hear it when it turns over. All you hear is a little bit of splashing, but that's almost non-audible once you're inside. Well, like I said, the water's a little bit cloudy due to the fact that I've been turning on the sump tank. Still, I mean, normally it's almost crystal clear, but being a little bit cloudy, still the water is certainly not very dirty. It's quite nice actually, but you can't actually see these fish at the bottom because it's a bit cloudy. That's going to clear up in a couple of hours, I would imagine. So there you have it. So the plan is, now that we are closing in on April, I'm going to have to clean out some of these old grow boxes. You can see here, there's so much root structure in here that it sort of gathers up. You almost can't move it apart. So I'm going to spend today cleaning out some of these. This is the old root systems from an old big tomato plant. So we're going to get a little bit more cloudy water before this is over. And just sort of ready the whole system for the coming season. I will also, I want to get some red wigglers in here, in these grow boxes, just because I want to add something to the system, something to take care of all these roots that are slowly decaying, especially at the end of the season. I also want to get some shrimp. I think I want to have shrimps taking, at the bottom here. You can see there's a lot of sort of sediments. It's not solids. It's not waste. It's sort of sediments. Partially that's obviously from the decaying root systems, but to have shrimps down here to help clean some of this out might be a good idea. A bit fun actually. I also have a bunch of cabbage here. It's about to bolt, like you can see here. Oh, it's definitely bolting. So yeah, might need to just clean this out a bit. It's sort of a leftover from last season. I've got yuzu plant here. It's only about a year, 2 years old, I think. There's also a big sumomo. It's sort of like a peach. It's actually setting a few flowers. Don't know if it's going to be pollinated or not, but it could be fun to have something. That too is only about 2 years old, so yeah, it's not. I'm not expecting anything, but if it happens, it's great. My Brussels sprout is nice. It's setting some nice size. This started off last season. It sort of opens up a bit. I have no idea what I should be doing with this, but I'm sort of just leaving it, letting it grow, see what happens. I also have my my blackberries here. That's going to come along nice. Actually, that's pretty much all over the entire top of my terrace here, along with the 2 grapevines, which I'm hoping we're going to start setting leaves. We are starting to see some small buds here, so I'm hoping that's going to come along. My pear tree has been growing like crazy. That's having a really good time. You can see here, possibly not. There you go. So that's coming along pretty nicely, and it's not just, and I'm really excited about this actually, so it's not just leaves, you got a whole bunch of buds coming along as well, so hopefully that's going to come just nice. Swiss chard, that's been doing great for what, 2 years now? I mean, it won't die. I mean, I took it up expecting it to die and just find a new one, but now it just keeps going all through winter. Been doing great. Been chucking off a couple of leaves once in a while. Added to my food. It's great. Added in a bit of parsley. I just converted it in from a store-bought one. So it's just adjusting a little bit. We had down to 2 degrees at night Celsius last night. So, but it's coping. It's alright. Yeah, I guess that's it for this time around. There's also the cherry tree. It should be able to set some really nice cherries if it matures enough. So yeah, hoping that's going to happen. Hopefully I'll have more shiso, as well as we definitely want to get more sweet basil. We always use a lot of basil. We eat a lot of pasta here. Got some oregano. I'm going to go ahead and plant that one out. A small, interesting lemon tree here. Very small, so I don't know, it's probably a long-term project, but hey, why not? Yeah, guess that's it. Alright, catch you along next time when we take a closer look at the control system that I have in place. Alright, cheers guys.